welcome to Yin Breaths. This is a video about Yin Yoga, and I'll be sharing with you one yoga pose that you can do at home as we come and target into the wrist and into the heart meridian, which runs into the inner side of the arm space, as well as the pericardium meridian in the body. Okay, so for this particular pose, we don't need any props as we will be taking it from this seated position. Now, if you feel that you like to come into a different seated position and you do need a prop to assist you in the seat, go ahead and grab those props, okay? I will also be showing you some variations in the posture. First and foremost, to take you through the different meridians that you could get into when you come into the wrist and into the fingers. And also, as we take a really functional yoga approach to accommodate for skeletal variations in the body. Now, skeletal variations is something that exists in every single individual, every one of us, and in every part of the body as well. I need to thank my teachers, Joe and Joe, for having taught me about this, and all of us who are teaching with the knowledge of skeletal variation in our classes. We have to accredit this back to Paul and Susie Greeley. Now, for the wrist joints here that we're going to come into, we'll be also focusing into the meridians, and specifically I'll be talking to you about the inner arm meridians, the yin arm meridians, which are number one, the first one I'm talking about, it's a heart meridian, which runs down on the inner arm, on the lower side of the inner arm space towards the direction of the little finger, the pinky finger. And then the pericardium meridian, which runs down the middle side of the arm space, okay, all the way down the inner side, across the palm and towards the tips of the middle fingers, okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and place our palms down onto our mat, okay. Here, this way you can keep the fingers spread out or fingers together, that's absolutely fine. Now we're going to slowly bring and turn the fingers towards the back as you bring the back, okay, the heel of the palm down towards the mat space here, and as it comes down here, you will be feeling into the wrist joints, and then definitely into the inner side of the arm space here as well, okay? Now, with skeletal variation, so this position of where your palm is placed might already be good enough for you. For some individuals, maybe, if you bring the fingers closer towards the direction of the knees or towards the feet, you might be able to apply a little bit more pressure towards the heel of the palm, and then you can lean that way back and behind, and you might feel more or less sensation this way. Or you can maybe bring the heel of the palm really far away, okay, so the fingers even further than before, and you feel a bigger, smaller, or a less sensation this way, okay? So every individual is different, whether your palm is here, or here, or here. As long as you are feeling it into the inner side of the arm space, that is the purpose of the yin practice. This is what we mean by a functional approach. So it's not about where you are placing it and where someone else is placing it. It's really about where you're feeling it and how it feels for your body. Even within your own body. Now I'm doing my right arm. When I bring my left palm down, my fingers might be at a slightly different angle altogether. And that's really just because of the way that my bones are structured on this side, the way that they are shaped, and the size of the bones as well. And this is what we mean by skeletal variation. And then again, I might be placing my palm slightly away because I feel more better this way as opposed to on this hand, whereby you might be closer to the direction of the knee. If you go ahead and you just do one side at a time, you can really, really sense and notice maybe the slight variations and differences on either side of your own body as well. Okay, so make sure you stay there for about 30 breaths, which is the equivalent of 3 minutes. And one other thing that you can do as you keep the wrist turned and the palm down this way is you can apply pressure towards the finger pads, okay? And when you do that, you come into the different meridians into the body. It does stress and tap into those meridians. So if you press firmly into the thumb, okay, as you press the thumb down into the mat space, you get into the lung meridians this way. If you apply pressure into the index finger, the second finger, you come into the large intestine meridians. If you apply pressure into the third finger, right, the middle finger, and you apply this down into the mat space, you press the finger pad down, you're getting into the pericardium meridian. With the fourth finger, the ring finger, applying pressure onto the finger pad this way, you come into the triple bundle meridian, what we call sanjiao. And if you press into the pinky finger, okay, you come into two meridians here as a bonus, as this comes into the heart meridian and the small intestine meridians, okay? So go ahead and make sure that you do each side for about 30 breaths, and you can always come up and maybe take a breather for a while before you come into the second side, or you do both sides and then you do one big nice release as you just stay here in that release. Maybe the palms on the knees, palms down, palms up, or maybe the arms just relaxing down by the sides because you like to just let them hang here as you feel the energy and the sensation of the energetics moving and flowing down into the arm space and into the fingers this way. Okay? So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and you found this maybe beneficial and insightful for you as well. Maybe you apply some of this knowledge now into your own practice, whether it's a yin yoga practice or any other asana based practice. Thank you so much for your time and for joining me here. I hope to see you in the next video as well. Okay, bye.